You are 25 years old. You have two job offers on the table, and you have exactly 1 week to decide. Path A, the safe job, $58,000 a year at a regional insurance company, health insurance, a 401k with a 4% match, a manager named Denise who has worked there for 19 years and speaks about the pension like it's a person she trusts. Path B, the risky job, a 12-person startup building logistics software, $52,000 base, equity you don't fully understand, a founder who says the words ground floor 3 times in the interview, no pension, no guarantee the company exists in 18 months. You take Path A. You tell yourself it's the responsible choice, and it is. Year 1, Path A. You learn the systems. You show up at 8:45, you leave at 5:15. The work is not exciting, but it is not supposed to be exciting. It is supposed to be stable, and it is. You contribute 4% to the 401k, the company matches 4%, and by the end of the year, you have $6,100 sitting quietly in an account you barely think about. This is the whole design. Thinking about it is not required. Year 1, Path B. You work until 9 most nights, not because anyone asked you to, but because there is always something on fire. You learn 4 departments worth of skills because there are only 12 people to do the work of 60. The company nearly runs out of money in month 7. Payroll is late once by 4 days. Nobody quits. You don't fully know why you don't quit either. Your equity is worth, on paper, either $40,000 or zero, depending entirely on a future nobody can see yet. Year 3, Path A. You get promoted to senior analyst. Salary now $67,000. Denise says you're doing great. You believe her because there's no reason not to. Your 401k sits at $19,400. You know exactly what your Tuesday looks like. You know what your Tuesday in 4 years looks like too, roughly. This is either deeply comforting or the beginning of something you haven't named yet. And at 28, you genuinely can't tell which. Year 3, Path B. The startup raised a Series A. Your equity, now vested at 25%, is modeled at $180,000 on paper. Your salary moved to $71,000. You have a title now that didn't exist 3 years ago because you built the role by doing the job before anyone gave it a name. You have also never taken more than 4 consecutive days off. Your paper net worth is higher than Path A's. Your bank account is not. Year 5, the fork sharpens. Path A gets acquired by a larger firm. Your role is redundant. 6-week severance. You are 30 with $34,000 in a 401k. A resume that says insurance analyst for 5 straight years. And a job market that takes 11 weeks to respond to you at all. The stability was real. It was also, it turns out, borrowed from a company that owed you nothing once the math stopped working for them. Path B's startup gets acquired too, in year 5. But on the other side of that word, your equity converts to a cash payout, $310,000, taxed at a rate that stings more than you expected, netting out around $210,000. You are 30. You've never had a savings account over $15,000 before this. You don't buy anything. You sit with the number for 3 weeks before you move it anywhere. Here's the part almost nobody says honestly. Path B's outcome was not inevitable. 9 out of 10 companies like that one don't get acquired. They fold quietly, and the person who took that risk is 30 years old with a gap in their resume and no equity check, explaining in interviews why they left a stable path for something that didn't work out. The truth underneath both stories is the same. Stability was never actually about the job. It was about what you built independent of the job, whichever one you chose. The Path A version of you, who only ever contributed the employer match and never opened anything else, ends up exactly as exposed as the Path B version who never diversified the equity bet with anything. At 30, real stability didn't come from the safe title or the risky one. It came from the version of you, in either path, who kept a second account nobody was watching, who didn't let one company, one paycheck, one equity grant become the entire structure holding up your life. The job was never the decision that mattered most. The decision that mattered most was whether you built something durable underneath it, quietly, regardless of which door you walked through at 25.